Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about an advanced tutorial on what to do for the in-game content of the game after you reach max level. Now there are lots of things to do once you're max level, and I'd argue that's when the game truly begins, is whenever you get to max level and you can start grinding a bunch of different things. For instance, you got techniques, you got magic power, you got to get magic potential through prestiging, and then you also have just leveling up your techniques in general by using the focus NPC and doing blessings, which takes a ton of money, and I'll tell you guys how to do each of these things. Now, to start off the video, you got techniques. And techniques you can see by going to this person, and she will tell you what level you have done for your techniques. I don't know the exact amount of magic power you need to unlock each technique. It has been a very long time since I've done it, but I think it's roughly 1,000 to 2,000 magic power to get all of them. And you can see you got all these things. You got enhancement armor, sense, and suppress. Now, to level them up, you can level them up just by using them, or you can talk to this NPC to get your focus. And I only have suppress left to do, so we'll click on suppress, and then we could do a mission. And the missions will allow you to get a chest, and the chest will allow you to level up your focus, or sorry, your techniques using the focus NPC I just talked to. Now, each chest has a different percent that it will give you. If you get a normal chest, which is silver, it's 1%, gold, it's 1.5, platinum is 2, and the royal chests, which are the red ones, is 2.5. And you do that just by completing any quest. Any quest gives it to you. The best way to do it is by doing Yetis solo, because Yetis drop 3 chests, and they have a higher chance of dropping plat chests, which is really fantastic for grinding technique. You can do it really fast if you're good enough at doing Yetis. Now, the next thing you'll want to do, speaking of Yetis, is actually doing the Blessing quest. And the Blessing quest is incredibly important. I'll show you where to go for that. I'll put on a lantern because it is extremely dark in this forest. Now, blessings are a unique passive. You can get 2 of them, and if you become a wizard saint, which is the top 10 players, you can actually get 3 of them. But the third one cannot be a cursed. And cursed are the 0.5%. They have a negative debuff and a big buff. But you got common, rare, and then you got cursed. And those are the 3. And rare is like a legendary, it's like a 5%. But you'll talk to this NPC, and I'll pop up a picture of what it looks like. But you can talk to him. It's going to tell me I have too many cards, but typically it'll be like, do you want to roll your blessing? And you can roll your blessing. And you can see you have to wipe your cards, and we'll have to wipe your cards in order to get new blessings, or there's a third option. So if you get a blessing you like, and you're like, man, I really don't want to wipe my cards, you don't have to. You can get these things called Blessed Gems through doing Yeti Kings. It drops a Blessed Gem, you use the Blessed Gem, and it gives you an option in order to actually just wipe a single card instead of both. And it just costs 1.5 million to actually get them. The best way to get money in this game at the moment is doing the Thieves. And I can show you what they look like. And then there will be a Mafia boss that spawns, because Harjion gives the most money in the game. Although, if you don't have that many Blessed Gems yet, the best thing to do is probably Yeti Kings, because it does give decent money, along with giving you magic power, and it also drops Blessed Gems, so it's very crucial to do Yeti King too if you do not have your Blessed Gems. And it's kind of 3 birds with 1 stone. But yes, Thieves, I could show you what they're like. I'm not going to complete the quest because it's a little bit too long, and I'm trying to rush through this video because there are a ton of things to talk about today. But I will go ahead and showcase what it's like. There's 5 of them that spawn. You gotta kill 15 of them, and so each one you kill is 2% of the Mafia boss to spawn. So you have to kill 25 of these guys to actually spawn it, because it recently got changed to where you only need 50 of these NPCs to spawn the boss. It was 100, but that took way too long before, and now it's super grindable. The Mafia boss gives you 1 million money straight off the bat, and it also, I think it's actually a 2.5 million now that I'm thinking about it. and it's just really good for money. And I believe this quest, after killing them all and doing the quest itself, gives you roughly 300,000. Super good for money. The syndicates, which are in the forest, also give a ton of money. I think they give like 600k per quest. But it just depends on if you want to focus on the Mafia boss or if you want to focus on just doing the quests themselves. Both are viable, but in my opinion, I think thieves are easier, they're faster to kill, and it's just better to do if you're starting. But if you're good enough, you can definitely do syndicates. Now, I'll show you where the Mafia boss is, so you're ready for that. But you're going to need tons of money for the blessings, and while I'm here, I may as well show you how to do that. And then, I'll show you where to do the Yeti King, because you're going to have to kill 5 Yeti Kings for the quest to actually get your blessings, which is very important to do, because blessings are the best thing in the game. If you're curious about what the specific blessings do, you can check out the Trello. The Mafia boss will spawn right about here, just so you know in the future. And I will cut to going to Hakabe, where the Yeti is, since I already showed you guys how to get to there in the last video and what it looks like. Alright guys, and we are back. Make sure to click on this guy to set your spawn here. That way if you die, you can come back. But you can grab a quest here to get Yetis. Showed you guys in the last video how to get Yeti first, so in today's video, I'm just going to show you straight up how to get to the Yeti King and fighting him. A little bit of tips and tricks on what to do while fighting him, what he's like, and then we will move on to specialties. Alright, so what you could do for specialties, since we're already climbing this mountain, may as well explain it. You've got armor, enhancement, sense, and suppress for specialties. If you choose enhancement, if you're using a dagger, it'll give you an extra 1 damage. If you're using medium, it'll give you an extra 2. If it gives you greatsword, it'll give you an extra 3. Works the same way for armor, except if somebody's using a greatsword against you, it'll -3. A medium weapon, it'll -2, and a dagger, it'll minus an extra 1. Now, sense and suppress, however, have a very unique thing to it, and right now, maybe I can find Nowlet or somebody to actually show you guys what it's like, but I do not have suppress right now. But suppress will make it to where your flash steps are invisible, which is really powerful, because if you just flash step M1, it'll just look like they just disappeared and reappeared and hit you already, and you just won't even know what hit you. But sense, actually, like how the M2 works, you see how I flash red? If you use sense and somebody uses any move, typically you wouldn't flash red at all, but the enemy will flash red whenever they use M1s, aerial, or any of their moves. It makes it way easier to parry, and especially to PB. And so it is very important, if you want to use sense, to keep in mind that if you don't have the best defense, it is really good for covering those holes of your defense and making sure that you're just all around a better player. But if you're already really good at seeing the animations, determining what move is being thrown out, you don't really need sense. But if you're bad at defense, I do recommend that you get sense. And for suppress, if you're a really fast player, if you use suppress, it can be a really big thing. I'm gonna cut back to being back there because I forgot to go put in the fur. Right, so summon the Yeti. Just want to go down here, go through this door, and boom, Yeti King is here. Now you want to be very careful. So that slam is actually, the only way to get past it is to dodge. Right now, I'm sorry, but the animations for the locking is gone. He's trying to fix that right now, I believe. He had to change it around because there's a hitbox update and the hitbox wasn't working, so he's trying to rework a few things. But hopefully it'll be fixed soon. But for the slaps, you can parry them. For the slams and the roar, you have to dodge, and I would prefer to dodge on the dashes as well. It's just easier to do than to parry. But just make sure to dodge the proper moves and parry the moves that you can parry, and you will be okay during this fight. It can be a little difficult, you gotta be careful. If you do die, you cannot come back in. So whoever you brought with you, as long as they're all still down here, you can come back in. But just make sure not to die, or else your Yeti fur will be wasted. But it's high risk, high reward because it does drop 3 chests, which is really good for any type of reroll you're going for. Really good for magic rerolls. I have over 200 because I have done this so many times. But you just gotta be very careful. And as long as you do that and you beat the Yeti King, it's got a big payout. And like I said, for technique, this is the best. As you can see, it says, I feel your presence blending in because I'm training suppress right now for each chest that I open. And I will show you guys how to get specialties. Alright, we are back in the town, and to get your armor specialty, you will have to go back here. Show you where it's at. And I'll speed it up. Right, and he is right here. You talk to him. You need level 8 in technique to get a specialty, and I believe you need 25 event wins, so keep that in mind. And event wins you get through killing Zeref, capture the points, or magic tools, and they will all show up as that purple icon up there. Now let's go ahead and head to enhance now. Alright guys, and we have arrived at Mushroom now, and we can go ahead and speed it up to show you guys how to get to the enhanced technique specialty. He is hiding in the very back here. Actually, it's supposed to be free rent. I didn't realize that till not too long ago. But enhance is probably the most common thing to get, and it is really strong. I was running it for a very long time. Yeah, that's who it is. And we will go to the suppress specialty now. Actually, while I'm at Mushroom, I'm going to talk about magic potential and how to get any sort of prestige in this game. So, magic potential, you can start with 20% or 30%. It's a 10% chance to start with 30% potential. The more potential you have, the more your magic power scaling is going to be. And magic power scaling actually increases your magic damage. Once you get to 250k, I believe you start at 25, or you get 25% more damage, and then if you get to 1,000,000 magic power and 100% potential, then it'll go up to, I think, 60% more damage. So it is very, very important to get magic power and potential. You'll talk to her. I've already maxed out, but it'll tell you to do 10 million yen, and it'll take half of your renown, and you'll have to be max level in order to prestige. But do not worry, it does not take any of your techniques, it doesn't take your magic power, it doesn't take your magic, it doesn't take anything besides your class, your level, your money, 10 million of your money, and half of whatever your renown is at the moment when you prestige. And let's go ahead and head to suppress now. Alright, we have arrived at Fiore Desert, and I will speed it up to show you guys how to get to the suppressed trainer. Alright, so he is actually... Alright, so he is actually hidden a little bit. He is up this way. And the way that I get to it is by using the glide tech. If you don't know what it is, it's just dashing in every direction while you're in the air, while moving your camera to look into that direction. It's a little bit confusing, but you should be able to get it down at some point. Everybody learns it. Let's see if I can show you. Actually, might be able to get up this way. Let's see. Right? Flashed up. I don't think so. Let's go try. Actually, I can just do it from this house, I think. Yep. Alright. And then you just go up here. And boom. That's a suppressed trainer. Alright. And then I will now go to the sense trainer. Alright, we have arrived at the Colosseum. And the door will be over to the right. And I believe this is where the sense is. I will go check, and I will come back to you guys when I find it. Alright, I believe this is the sense guy. It is down the hallway, and you just gotta look for these rooms. There are a few of them, and yeah, just keep on going till you find him. And there is, I believe, one more while you're getting onto here. But once you enter the location, you will just go to the left from there, and you should be able to find it. Anyways, that will be it for today's video. I'm glad you guys made it this far. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and as always, train hard, because in this game, skill triumphs all builds. Peace.